What does your evaluation process look like as a staff? I think that's kind of an interesting part of college football, is like having to evaluate the transfer recruits, the high school players, and how you make decisions based on who you're offering, who you're actually going to take. What's the process like at Indiana for that?
Yeah, well, I think it's probably pretty similar across the country. At this level, you got a lot more people in your organization. You've got a college personnel guy. You got a personnel guy for high school. You got somebody in charge of both those guys, staff in some back office helping make tapes. And it still is, the position coach, the coordinator, area coach. Yeah. I'll sign off on everybody. I always have. Always will. But you gotta stay true to your beliefs, and it's not a perfect science. Mm-hmm. Everybody in America will make mistakes. There's still a lot of unknowns with high school kids. Probably a little easier to hit on the portal guy, who has a history of success at this level, than the high school guy. Mm-hmm. But I think what you were getting at before is you got to have that foundation of good high school guys, and the portal guys feel.
Yeah, and the big challenge I feel like in evaluating is always like the potential upside versus the player that may not have this. You got a corner with 6'2" with long arms, but has his high school film is like not great, but you think he can get there, versus the guy who's 5'11" that runs a 4.5, 4.6. But do you say in a class, like, we're going to take a shot on this amount of guys, but then be conservative on this amount? Because a lot of it's about just mitigating risk. How do you kind of balance that when you're making?
I think every position's got position-specific characteristics.
Yeah,
and toughness is number one at all positions.
True. Yeah.
But then ankle, knee, hip flexibility at all positions, because it's a start-stop game. That's how you change directions, how you develop explosive power.
Yeah.
At wide receiver, balanced body control, ball skills. Every position's got its own position-specific criteria, right? Offensive lineman, let's face it, has to be a certain size to have a chance to be successful. What you really can't measure, and this is what's important to me, is what drives a guy. What's his why? How motivated? Is he committed? Is he disciplined? What kind of family does he come from? What kind of habits has he formed at a young age? Right and wrong, could be freedom of choice, but not freedom of consequence. What are you getting? What are you buying? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I'm into production over potential. I learned that a long time ago. I made a lot of mistakes young as a recruiting coordinator, way back. Mm-hmm. I like to see it on film. And I'm old fashioned. I'll look at the transcript. Guy got a lot of absences. These might not be for us.
Yeah.